Obatala Energy is doing the most ahead of time this weekend with the 8 at the Crossroads on Saturday, going into Oya all in Obatala's white on your 7th day of rest and almost said resurrection. Maybe so. Restoration. Let's talk about it. Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule if you're catching this in the evening time. Ekaro if you're catching this in the early morning's rise. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, as always, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, winding down your Saturn-ruled, Eshu venerated Saturn day, headed into that Sun daily R and R. So we're winding down August 10th, 2024, and the day vibes on a 17-8. So you got divinity right there at your fingertips with the moon waxing tonight and Libra shifting into Scorpio, bringing about that divine balance on your 7th Saturday of summer solstice and the 3rd of Leo season. And if you've been jamming all day long today, then you've been listening to Crossroad Stories as told through classic hip-hop. But when the clock strikes 12 and their shoe tosses that time clock to Obatala, we are at your R and R Sun's Day. So let's get to that so that my 6 a.m. listeners jamming over the Mothership's airwaves are not talking too long about yesterday. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Did you like it here at the crossroad? The Jester's intersection? Then why don't you join me tomorrow for some R&R in the Alabaster Divine? That's www.poeticallymused.org/Alabaster Divine. Great place to spend a Sunday. See you there. Ashe. And we're back. So it is the Sun's Day, August 11th, 2024, and the day vibes on Oya's 9. And in the Orisha tradition, they say that Oya is the wind in Obatala's white cloth. And that's the changes necessary, the cool breeze that keeps our heads cool, and that's what makes Obatala the king essence of the Orisha. His patience, his humility, his perseverance, his ever ability to keep a cool head and strive for spiritual purity. And we're headed into the 8th week. It's the 8th Sun's Day of summer solstice and the 4th one of Leo season. So we still turning up with the sun on the day and the sun in the season. So Sunday is the turn up day for Leos. The day of rest, relaxation, and letting the sun charge. And summer solstice is doing a heaven of a lot of that. And the moon is waxing tonight in the house of Scorpio. So that's deep waters, deep fixed waters. And when you're got that Oya energy on the nine. That's movement. Obatala, the energy of purity. The moon waxing in Scorpio, deep waters. And we just came out of the Lion's Gate, conjunct that with Chiron in retrograde. This is our time to face those deepest fears and those deepest wounds because you're going to have to in order to ascend to your higher levels. Ashe. All right. We're getting close to the end of Leo season's second decan, but we're still in it until the 12th. So those are the Leos that are half Sagittarius. Yes. And if you were born on August 11th, then happy solar return. May the ancestors of Little Mare and Orishas bless you with many more, filled with Bobo Ire. And if you were born on August 11th, then happy solar return. And here is your zodiac dry snitch. If you were born on August 11th, you got positive ideas and opinions, which is sometimes difficult. That's most of us. Anyway, you have determination, perseverance, and energy. You are fond of sports and pleasures. I'm going to leave that where it is. You will not fall in love at first sight, but when you do love, you will do so thoroughly and with absolute devotion. Sounds delicious. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be in the crown chakra energy today. Anyways, this is the last day of Sekhmet season in the Kemetic way of the stars, and we are still in the way of the kola nut and the 12 figures of African spirituality. We currently got 5 planets in retrograde on us, and that's a interesting lineup in the cosmos coming out of the steam of the Lion's Gate. So with Lionsgate energy still kind of giving its after effects, many of you are feeling very refreshed, renewed, almost feel like you're a new person. Be patient with yourself. Invoke Obatala's patience because you've never been this version of yourself before. So allow yourself to get reacquainted in your own new skin. And we're going to talk about these retrogrades after the break. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 6 a.m. or 9 p.m. Mystic Forecast. Rest, restore, reflect, purify, gospel, white, old-time religion. Iba Obatala, Iba Rumila, sermons, humility. Welcome to Sundays on the Mothership. Ashe. And we're back. So let's talk about all these planets that are on the retrograde dance floor. Starting with Pluto. Pluto went into retrograde on May 2nd in Aquarius and is coming out on October 12th in Capricorn. And you know, I'm getting so now I look forward to Pluto retrogrades because Pluto retrogrades slow you down, have you look at all the little things that make all the big differences. And that's really important in spiritual growth. So allow yourself to have that space. And it's refreshing in a world that is so fast paced, especially fast paced to go absolutely nowhere. This is going to affect Scorpios more than the other 11 houses, so invoke the patience of Obatala through all retrogrades, because when you slow down, you get the details. When you get the details, your structures are a lot more masterful. Ashe. All right, so we got Saturn in retrograde, and that's going to affect Capricorns and Aquarius more so than the other 11 houses. And that Saturn retrograde happened in in the house of Pisces. So that shatters all the delusions so you can have the space to build something real. This deals with a lot of karmic energy, dealing with self mastery. So make sure you master yourself, because your ego is not a bad thing. Your ego self is only there to protect the spirit, but the ego self is only a bad thing when it's not balanced. And Saturn is the karmic planet that deals with trickster energy, grounding, carnal essence, karma, power, and divine balance. And it's important to make the most of this, because we're given a lot of disillusions. The world has given us a lot of things to connect ourselves to grade our sense of self-worth by, and things of that nature. But when you're not looking inside, that's when you can develop some issues. And Saturn retrograde in Pisces is coming to shatter those delusions. And while they may be painful to the ego, they're kryptonite for the spirit. Ashe. All right, third planet on the retrograde dance floor is Neptune, and Big Mama done busted the moonwalk in her own house. That's retrograding in Pisces, so needless to say, that's going to be a double scoop affecting people born in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so this is where your sense of spirituality is going to grow more, because it's going to cause some confusions and some conflicts. And those conflicts are divinely assigned for you to sort yourself out from who you were, from who you are from who you're becoming, who you are from who people may be trying to paint you to be. Dreams definitely increase during Neptune retrograde. So if your dreams are getting a lot more intense, document them, because that's your subconscious, your higher spiritual self guiding you towards something. And of course, if you need help decoding your dreams, then give me a call on the Mothership's mentorship hotline at 314-200-0368. All right. Now we got planet Chiron in retrograde. Planet Chiron is in retrograde. That affects all 12 houses in equal measure, retrograding in Aries. So as we shift into this age of Aquarius, in order for us to ascend, we have to deal with our deepest childhood wounds, our deepest fears, our deepest, all of that stuff. And Chiron is the comet/planet of the wounded healer. So with that, retrograding in Aries, the planet of unbridled fire and forward drive, be prepared to face your inner fears like never before, and pull from courage that you didn't even know you had. Don't worry, Shango got you on that one. And then we got Mercury retrograde that went in on August 5th in Virgo, and we will be there until August 28th. Now, Mercury deals with communications with self, technology, dealing mainly with estranged family members, friends, coworkers, even lovers. And it's just to sort some things out before you can move forward. This causes travel delays, so it's a period of stillness. And really, all retrogrades are kind of a space to kind of take it easy and work with what you have. Because Mercury retrogrades are not a good time to start new contracts or start new businesses or start new relationships or any of that. But you know what planet is not retrograding this year in 2024? Venus, the planet of love. We even got to get ready for Mars retrograde on September 1st, but we'll talk more about that as we get closer to that date. I am iiiYansaje Muse. Oops, sorry for my loud metal straw in my jar. This is your 222 nighttime, 9 o'clock or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast. And when we come back, I'm going to get to your Sun Daily Oracle message, complete with scripture. Beam up. Ori, the poetic incantation. written by yours truly. I painted this a crown lavender for you. Listen. Ori, Ori, voice of the god, voice of the goddess, that slice of Olodumare in you, in me, the spirit, and all living things, Ibashe Iponri. It must be open, open to receive, the first womb in us all to conceive. Downloads. Obedience results in divine tales to be told, and a sight to behold you become. But the ego suffers marriage casualties, so don't run. Surrender, and life gets fun. So come, the sun awaits to caress your pineal. It gets real when your vision shifts. Your soul will sing Aretha riffs as your spiritual gifts get discovered. You'll love it, Ori. Ori. Ibashe Bonri, spirit of the consciousness where thoughts and experiences nest, rest, processed and harvest perception, the body, the spirit and soul's constant birth, death, and resurrection. Once erected, discern to protect it, become more selective. Humility keeps it open, open to correction, and you're a constant painted brush of imperfect perfection. Ori, Ori, the first mind. How eighth and ninth chakras connect to third eyes, and like owls you'll grow wise, and the pigeons may despise, 'cause it may make you look pompous, but actually it's your compass, through labyrinths, turned new neural pathways that irrigate your own ways of genius. Live and love the god and goddess embodiment and mean it. Ori, Ori, that light switched on from within, see. Those who seek union with their spiritual double tend to steer around troubles more fluently. Instinct creates distinction between intelligence and imbalanced thinking, and more easily visible are tricksters that come with booty shaking and eyes winking. Choices and actions switch the tonics you're drinking, and you're tasting the sweetness of molasses divine living, and you just shivered if this resonates. So birth the seeds that all your divine mind incubates. Shift the math, shift the math, shift the math, and recalculate a new totality, or re-onire that higher reality. Ori, Ori, Olodumare in you and in me. Assisted by the Orishas, speaking through mounted street preachers, forces of our natures, then life becomes a teacher, with blessings in tow for those who keep reaching, to beseech the highest you, the highest me. Raise the vibration and the world beams up collectively, so let's just be aligned with Impori, Iponri, Ori, Ori, the lock and the key. iiYansaje Muse, moon waxing in Scorpio. Ashe. From Headdress First, an overview and workbook for your Ori. The Art of Spirituality, Volume 1, written and produced by iiYansaje T. Muse. Available now. See the link in my profile. Oh, and beam up to 222.9, the Mothership on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to hear excerpts of this book infused with contemporary gospel and a smooth jazz groove, all in veneration to the King of the Orisha, Obatala. Ashe. And we're back. So if you're seeing this part of tonight's forecast, then you're tapped in to divine algorithm, and this message is for you, and a delicious message it is indeed. The divine is saying that positive big life changes are imminent. So if you're feeling some anxiety, allow yourself to relax. If you're feeling some things shift inside of you, it's because the old you is transitioning into the you that you need to be in order to embrace this new level in your life. If you're seeing this, you have been putting in work for many, many years. And in the Most High, the Divine, is about to show you that all of your hard work, all of your dedication, all of your long suffering, All of your silence in the face of adversity did not go unnoticed because you have big life changes coming along and you got to release some excess energy so that you can stay positive. But this excess energy that you need to release is just pain from the past, old residue, old debris. I don't even feel a whole lot of stuff. It's kind of like having the dust off. So get some dust off with this releasing and excess energy as you relax this Sunday and trust the divine to deliver what it asked, because underneath the bottom of the deck is positive energy. So you're maintaining positive energy is what is making this big life change imminent. So release the excess energies of worry, fear, doubt, confusion, because all of those are blockers of faith, blockers of blessing, and they keep you from being in alignment with the energy you got to be in to manifest your big life changes. And the scripture aligned with that comes from Isaiah chapter 40, verse 29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he giveth strength. Psalms 37:28. The Lord forsaketh not his saints. So I'm going to let you rest on that thought. Keep that in mind as you rest and recharge this Sun's day. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Love and light to all passengers aboard the Mothership. Sundays in many spiritual denominations is the day of the Sabbath, the day of rest and reflection, the day the Most High His herself rested after 6 days of creation. In general mystics, Sunday is of course the day ruled by the sun, the burning star that charges all. Sundays are also sacred to the Iba Obatala and many traditions of African spirituality. One of Obatala's favorite adimus is the coconut, so let's crack one open and relax. Join me each and every Sunday for some coconut jazz, 2 hours of smooth jazz tunes to enhance your rest and reflect day, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Only on your Mystic Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. You know what makes me the king of all Orisha? My patience, my humility, my cool head, and my never-ending strive for spiritual purity. Obatala. The Sun Collection, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutique. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I certainly hope that you gain some things that are going to align and help you get some much needed R&R this Sun's day. If you are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, then stay tuned for my Saturn nightly vision of what love looks like. And that gets a little freaky because it's carnal, it's Saturday night. So it's going to get a little nasty before the clock strikes 12. Don't mind me. If you are listening at the 6 a.m., then stay tuned for the Rising Bembe to Obatala before we let the church say amen, the classic and contemporary gospel and coconut smooth jazz at 4 o'clock p.m. As always, remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind. Your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. beam up, and have an amazing, relaxing Sun's Day. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.